Hey guys, in the remote deserts of the Middle East, beneath the layers of sand and time, lie secrets so baffling, they continue to defy the most advanced minds of the modern world. Were our ancestors capable of incredible engineering feats? Or were they helped by something not of this earth? From river-splitting arcs to precision-cut granite blocks, the notion that ancient civilizations wielded lost sci-fi technology has sparked both fascination and controversy. But as evidence mounts, humanity is left with one inescapable question. What if our past is far more advanced than we ever imagined? Take the story of the Ark of the Covenant, described in the Hebrew Bible. Said to be a gold-covered chest containing the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments, it wasn't just a religious relic, it was a powerful force of nature. According to the book of Joshua, as the Israelites prepared to enter the Promised Land, the Ark was carried into the Jordan River. What happened next is still difficult to comprehend. The waters are said to have stopped flowing and rose up in a heap, allowing the Israelites to cross on dry land. But how? Some theorists, including researchers on ancient aliens, suggest that the Ark emitted a kind of energy or field that manipulated the natural environment. David Wilcock posits that high-speed winds or a manipulation of gravity could explain the miraculous parting of the waters. Was the Ark more than a container? Was it a piece of alien technology capable of bending the laws of physics? This idea is further supported by its role at the Battle of Jericho. With the Ark in their possession, the Israelites reportedly caused Jericho's mighty stone walls to collapse, not through brute force, but through sound, vibration, and precision timing. Scientists today know that sound waves, especially low-frequency vibrations, can induce structural collapse. Could the Ark have functioned like a resonance weapon, using sonic energy to trigger a focused earthquake? From Egypt to Bolivia, colossal stone structures exist that continue to defy conventional explanations. The pyramids at Giza, the temples of Baalbek, and the mysterious ruins of Puma Punku each feature stones so massive that even modern cranes would struggle to move them. Christopher Dunn, an expert in precision machining, argues that simple copper tools, as suggested by mainstream Egyptology, could not have shaped granite with such astonishing accuracy. One example is the discovery of perfect drill holes in diorite, one of the hardest stones on Earth, featuring machining marks that appear to have been made using advanced lathes or ultrasonic cutters. In his experiments, Dunn used copper tubes and sand to replicate the drilling process supposedly used by the Egyptians. The result? Primitive grooves that barely scratched the surface. But when he compared his results with latex molds taken from ancient Egyptian drill cores, the difference was staggering. The ancient holes featured precise, evenly spaced spiral grooves, as if created by a high-powered industrial machine. Where are the tools that made these marks? Strangely, no such tools have ever been found, but the marks remain stubborn and silent evidence of technology that doesn't match the archaeological timeline. In 1901, sponge divers off the coast of Antikythera, Greece, discovered what may be the oldest known analog computer. Encrusted in coral and nearly lost to the sea, this bronze device, now known as the Antikythera mechanism, dates back to around 200 BC. What startled scientists wasn't just its age but its complexity. Containing a series of precision gears and dials, the device could track astronomical positions, lunar phases, eclipses, and even the timing of ancient Olympic Games. It's a marvel of miniaturization that wasn't seen again until 14th century clockmaking. This level of mechanical sophistication, hidden in the ancient world, led scholars to declare its discovery akin to finding a modern laptop in a pharaoh's tomb. Who built it? And how did they acquire such intricate knowledge of celestial mechanics? Was it an inheritance from a forgotten advanced civilization, or evidence of extraterrestrial intervention? One of the more provocative theories concerns how the ancient Egyptians lit their tombs. Deep within the Dendera temple complex, hidden reliefs depict objects that bear a strange resemblance to modern electric light bulbs, complete with filaments and power sources. Mainstream archaeologists claim these are simply symbolic representations. Yet there's a glaring contradiction. No soot marks have ever been found on the ceilings of these tombs, something you'd expect if torches were used. Furthermore, the oxygen levels in these narrow, sealed chambers would be too low to sustain flame for long. Is it possible the Egyptians had a form of electrical illumination? Supporting this theory is the discovery of the Baghdad battery, a clay pot fitted with a copper cylinder and iron rod. When filled with an acidic liquid like vinegar, the device produces a low electrical voltage. Simple, perhaps, but the implications are staggering. Why would ancient Mesopotamians build a battery? One explanation suggests electroplating jewelry. But what if these were parts of a larger electrical system, now lost to time? Back in Egypt, Christopher Dunn made another shocking discovery at Abu Ra'ash, a granite block with a cut so deep and smooth, it could only have been made by a saw 35 feet in diameter. The notion is scoffed at by traditional Egyptologists, but Dunn, an experienced machinist, insists the tool marks are unmistakably mechanical. In modern quarries, massive diamond-studded blades are used to cut stone. If such a tool existed thousands of years ago, who built it? Who operated it? And why is there no record of it? Yet these same questions could be asked of the stone blocks at Baalbek, Lebanon, some of which weigh over 1,000 tons. Even today, we'd struggle to move them. Why build temples using blocks the size of locomotives when smaller ones would have sufficed? The most plausible answer, say ancient alien theorists, is that advanced machines once roamed these landscapes, operated by humans, or entities, possessing knowledge that rivaled or even surpassed our own. Supporters of the ancient astronaut theory don't claim aliens built the pyramids or carved monoliths with laser beams. Instead, they argue that extraterrestrial beings shared knowledge, jump-starting humanity's path toward civilization. Just as we send spacecraft to observe or even seed distant planets, perhaps Earth was once visited, its inhabitants taught how to harness energy, cut stone, and observe the stars. Over time, the tools disappeared, the knowledge faded, and only the monuments remained. The theory may be controversial, but the questions it raises are legitimate. How did primitive people build structures that would challenge us today? Why do so many ancient texts speak of gods descending from the sky, wielding incredible power? And could the lost sci-fi tech of ancient worlds be hidden in plain sight, misinterpreted or ignored by mainstream science? As we continue to decode the past, perhaps the most shocking realization won't be that we were alone, but that we were never alone. Will humanity ever rediscover these ancient secrets? Or will the tools of the gods remain buried, whispering their mysteries from the dust of forgotten worlds? One thing is certain, the more we uncover, the more we must confront the possibility that our ancestors walked among marvels, left behind not by mythology, but by science far beyond our own. If the ancient world was once touched by a higher intelligence, whether alien or forgotten human civilization, then we may be looking at history through the wrong lens. Instead of evolving linearly from primitive to advanced, what if civilization moves in cycles? Cataclysms, wars, or cosmic events could have wiped out earlier epochs of human advancement, erasing all but stone remnants that couldn't burn, rust, or rot. This theory would explain why we find evidence of advanced engineering and science thousands of years before such knowledge should have existed. It also raises the tantalizing possibility that buried beneath our feet lies the debris of lost technologies waiting to be rediscovered. Many cultures, from the Sumerians to the Maya, recorded interactions with sky beings or gods who descended in fiery chariots or beams of light. These descriptions sound strikingly similar to modern reports of UFOs. Inscriptions in India's ancient Vimanas and stories in the Book of Enoch speak of flight, weapons of immense power, and the teaching of metallurgy, astronomy, and agriculture by beings from the heavens. Are these accounts merely myth and allegory? Or were they attempts to document encounters with beings wielding advanced, perhaps extraterrestrial, science? If ancient civilizations did possess such high technology, why haven't we found more of it? One explanation is that they worked with tools made of materials like alloys, resins, or synthetic composites that decayed long ago. Even in our own time, if civilization were to collapse, most of our technological artifacts, phones, computers, plastics, would disintegrate within a few centuries. Only the largest and most durable structures, like Hoover Dam or Mount Rushmore, might remain. What we now find in ancient ruins, massive stone blocks, impossible cuts, and unexplained alignments, could be the last surviving whispers of a civilization that once rivaled our own. As science and archaeology continue to evolve, these ancient enigmas are slowly being re-examined not just as curiosities, but as possible keys to unlocking a deeper, hidden history of the human race. The lines between myth and technology, between God and alien, between past and future, are blurring. Perhaps the greatest irony is that in looking back to our most ancient roots, we may be glimpsing not the primitive beginnings of man, but the remnants of a golden age, shaped by knowledge that once connected us to the stars.